After 24 rounds, Lando Norris is a Formula One world champion. They say those born at the finish line never know what it means to run the race. Lando Norris is the living proof of that truth. The son of one of the wealthiest men in the UK, raised in luxury mansions, flown to school by helicopter, and labeled from day one as a rich kid buying his way into racing. The world smirked. They called him a gamer lost in Formula One for laughs. A soft little prince who only knew how to stream video games and whine on social media. But don't let that easy smile fool you. Behind that baby face is a soul carved by real pain. A knife held his throat, a crippling fear of crowds, and tears of humiliation shed in the rain in Russia. How did a gaming addict once dismissed by the entire world transform into fastest driver of 2025? The only man bold enough to look Max Verstappen dead in the eyes and declare war. This is the story of Lando Norris, the gamer who took off his headset to claim the most prestigious crown in motorsport. On a great English morning in 1999 in Bristol, a boy was born with an unusual and cinematic name, Lando Norris. If life is a racetrack, Lando started on pole position. His father, Adam Norris, was a self-made millionaire who retired at 36 after building a fortune in finance. Lando grew up surrounded by wealth that 99% of kids could never dream of. But in the brutal world of motorsport, money is sometimes not wings, it is a weight. People looked at Lando and saw a checkbook, not a champion. What they missed was a fire inside. As a child, Lando's first idol wasn't Schumacher or Senna. It was Valentino Rossi, the wild, colorful MotoGP legend. Lando was small, quiet, and restless in classrooms. His mind was always at a corner in Italy or Spain, not behind a school desk. When his father bought him his first go-kart at age 7 after watching a local race, Lando found the language his soul had been searching for. On 4 small wheels, he was no longer timid. He was free. The road from go-kart kid to the youngest karting world champion in history wasn't bought. It was earned through sweat, sacrifice, and a childhood cut short by competition. At 14, Lando made history at the CIK World Karting Championship, breaking a record that had been held by Lewis Hamilton. That victory sent one clear message to every doubter. Lando Norris is here because of talent, not his dad's wallet. But glory cost him. While other kids went to parties and chased summer romance, Lando lived on night flights and brutal race schedules. He pulled away from people and found escape in video games, honest, controllable, free from judgment. That was the seed of what would later become a media empire. His first F1 season with McLaren in 2019 brought a fresh energy to the paddock. He laughed, he streamed, he drank milk instead of champagne. The world adored him. But beneath that easy charm, Lando was desperate to be taken seriously. That moment came, and then was ripped away, on a wet Sunday in Sochi, Russia in September 2021, leading his first-ever Formula One race from pole position, holding off 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton for over 50 laps. Lando was minutes from the greatest victory of his life. Then the rain came. Hamilton pitted for wet tires. Lando refused. He believed he could hold on. He was wrong. The track turned to ice beneath his slick tires, and he spun helplessly down to 7th place. He crossed the line in tears. Sochi wasn't just a defeat. It was the most painful lesson of his life. That in Formula One, the difference between hero and fool is one tired decision away. What followed was a long psychological valley. Fans coined the phrase Lando no-wins era. He became the driver with the most podium finishes without a single victory. He watched Max Verstappen dominate season after season, smiling through gritted teeth at every trophy presentation that wasn't his. Off the track, things got darker. In July 2021, at Wembley Stadium during the Euro final, Lando was robbed at knife point in the VIP parking lot. His watch was taken. His sense of safety was shattered permanently. He developed anxiety, a fear of crowds, sleepless nights, and a terror of strangers. The man who could drive at 220 miles per hour in front of millions couldn't walk down the street alone. Fame had turned into a cage. His relationship with Portuguese model Luisa Oliveira, once called a modern fairy tale, collapsed under the weight of toxic fan scrutiny and public pressure. Every move he made was analyzed. Every girl near him became a tabloid story. He stopped sharing, withdrew, and quietly started building walls around his private life. But Lando didn't sink. He built. He turned his passion for gaming into Quadrant, an esports brand, a lifestyle clothing company, and a content production house. Combined with multi-million-dollar salary at McLaren, Lando became a self-made success on his own terms. In Monaco, his apartment isn't a palace. It's a high-tech gaming setup where he trains on a racing simulator long after midnight, sometimes trash-talking neighbor Max Verstappen over Discord. Then came Miami, May 2024. Lando took the lead, kept his nerve, and crossed the finish line first. His scream over the radio said everything. That wasn't just a win. It was 5 years of pain finally paid in full. By 2025, Lando Norris was no longer the gamer playing dress-up in a race suit. He was a calculated, fearless competitor. He drove with cold precision, managed tires like a veteran, and matched Verstappen blow for blow across every continent. McLaren had built the fastest car on the grid, and Lando had finally become the driver worthy of it. After 24 rounds, the checkered flag fell. Lando Norris, the rich kid, the robbery victim, the boy who cried in Russia, stood on top of the world, not because life gave it to him, but because he refused every single time to stop running.